Okay, you guys, welcome, welcome. We are super excited. We're going to have a fabulous business call tonight, all about Canva and social media business tools, led by two phenomenal leaders, Ashley Jenkins and Jennifer Bonilla. We're so excited to have them. So they're going to be teaching us tonight about Canva. And if you don't know about Canva, you definitely want to lean in, stay on, and learn more. These ladies are going to deliver. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for hosting tonight. And I'll turn it over to them. If you've got questions or comments, type it into the chat box. I'll be in there trying to help. And let's give Ashley and Jennifer a big round of applause.
Hi, how is everyone tonight? Okay, so can you guys just tell me if you've used Canva before, like at all? Even use the things that Tracy has shared? Okay, I see no, never. Tracy, yes, I know you do. Okay, so Canva is a really cool digital platform where you can create graphic images to post on your social media. And so to start with, I'm just going to go over the basics. Tracy, do I have screen sharing abilities?
Let me make you co-host and then you should be able to.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and give it a try.
All right, it's super easy to use, guys. It's super friendly. So let me see if this will work. All right, we good? Okay, so this is my Canva, and I actually have the desktop app downloaded, but you can go to it on either Google Chrome or Safari or whatever search engine you use. So when you go in, you'll see just like the main page. You can create videos, Instagram stories, Facebook posts, a ton of stuff, and they have pre-made templates for you to use. So if I wanted to search that I wanted to do a social media post, and I can do like a quick create for any of these things. So say I want to do an Instagram story, I can click create blank, but will give me over on the side tons of template options that I can choose from that are already created for me. And all I have to do is select which one I like. They give you recommended ones based off of your preferences of what you've used before. And they have other popular ones, this or that story. So if you see all those cute this or that, they're most likely made with these kinds of templates that are already done. And you can just click it and it will put it into your design background for you. And then you just go in, change what the text says, change colors, change the photos. And they have so many different photos that you can use to add that are already in there for you. You don't have to pay extra for them. Now, if you notice right here, there's like a little crown on this specific image that says Pro next to it. So you do have the Canva Pro membership for this, and I will talk a little bit later about why I think it's beneficial to have the Canva Pro membership over just the free membership. But with the free membership, you can do a lot. So if you want to add a text, you just click text and you can choose add a heading or a subheading or whatever. They have pre-made ones for you already. You just click what you want, change the text. If you want to change the color of something, you just click up here and change the color with all the color options. It's very, very simple if you're just wanting to use it to create like basic graphics. Now, if you're wanting to use it for the business side, I highly recommend getting the Canva Pro membership. It's $12.99 a month, and it's really, in my opinion, worth it. And I have a couple ways that you can make it a little bit cheaper for you. So to start with the Canva Pro membership, you get a ton more options. So like this one's a free option, but all the ones that have this little icon down here are all part of the Pro membership. So you're just unlocking the vaults of like resources that you can use inside Canva. And then on top of that, you also have access to what is called the team and the brand kit and the content planner when you have the pro. So right here, I have my little wild team. I'll talk about that in a little second. But with the brand kit, you can go in, you can create a logo, you can choose brand colors that are specific to what you want your aesthetic to look like on your Instagram page. You can choose fonts that you want to gravitate towards and use more frequently so they're available for you at the top. And it's just really easy to have like your little dashboard for you. With your content planner, this is a really neat thing that I love being able to do. So it gives you a calendar, and you can see I have some graphics that are in here on my calendar days. Canva will actually share your posts for you to your social media at a set time. So if I click this post, it's going to go live tomorrow, and click edit, it's going to go live tomorrow at 1 p.m. I have my caption already typed up for me, and I have it set to go live to my Instagram page. And all I have to do is hit save and schedule, and it will post automatically for me at 1 o'clock tomorrow. And I don't have to do anything. So what I do is like once a month, I'll go in and like add a bunch of stuff in, and then it'll just post for me. Now there are some instances like this post right here that's supposed to go up tonight at 10. Because it's multiple pictures together, it won't post it for me. So this only works if you're doing an image that's a single photo and not multiple pages. But if you're wanting just to post like a one-pager post or a story or something, it'll share it for you. Now, to kind of balance the cost a little bit, I share my membership with Jennifer. So we both split the cost evenly. And what we do is I invite her to join my team. And then she has all of the pro benefits that I do. Her account gets turned into a pro account, essentially. And then we have a shared folder that's right here. And so when we go in, we can work on different graphics together. We can share ideas with each other. We can invite each other to work on different graphics together. And that's just another way for us to kind of lower the cost for ourselves, because we all have those things that we buy, we pay for. We have MyYL, and we have the Life Steps Pro, and we have some of us use different things to communicate with our members. So it kind of just cuts down on having one extra thing that you pay for each month. That's pretty much all I have, unless there's some questions. I think there's a couple things in the chat. Tanya, I haven't had any issues with posting when I've scheduled it. Usually when I schedule it, it's kind of like if I post it normally, because I can include hashtags and certain things in there, and it will automatically post it. So I haven't had any issues with the algorithms, but I will let you know if I do experience anything. Kelly, it posts to other social medias as well. So you can go into your account and connect your Facebook. You can connect I think there's a couple other apps you can connect as well. And you just go into like your little account settings and over to your social medias, and you can connect. So I've got Facebook and Instagram business. I've got my Google connected as well. I'm sure there's other ones that you can connect to. Yeah, so I can actually pull up real quick one of the presentations that Tracy has created. I used this presentation a couple weeks ago when I did a intro to oils class. So I appreciate her sharing this. So here's the slideshow that Tracy so gratefully shared with us that we appreciate her for all this hard work. So you can just create this, and you can, at the top, it'll give you the option to present. And so you just hit present and it will come up like a regular slideshow. And you have like a little pointer. I love using this for everything. I'm a teacher. If anyone didn't know, I'm a teacher, and I love using this for work purposes as well, not just with my own living business. Okay. That was really short, I know. Any other questions?
You just like blew my mind that we can do scheduling from Canva. I didn't even know that.
I know. When I first saw that, I was like, oh, I need to use this. And then I used it and it actually worked really well. And I was like, I'm going to keep using this, because then I don't have to worry about like making sure that I'm consistently on my social media. I can live my life and still have like a set posting schedule. It's really convenient.
That is so good. What are your favorite things to create in Canva? What do you find yourself like doing on a consistent basis?
I honestly use it for everything, but I think that I more so use it for like just sharing information, whether it be like a recipe for a roller blend or a diffuser blend, or if it's tips and tricks for like infographics type stuff. If it's tips and tricks for so like certain products, or for like new members, or whatever, you just kind of like quick little infographics is what I usually use it for. Yeah, it's great. I love using it for that too.
I was just going to add something that I love with Canva is you can kind of create like a style or like a template, right? So Ashley had shown that in her like view of being able to create like a brand. So for instance, like if you have a specific set of colors that you like to use all the time, you can kind of save it under your brand and then easily kind of like pop them in. Like maybe you find a cool template on Canva and you can change out the colors. I hope you guys all know you can do that. You're not like stuck on the set of colors or whatever. I often change things. I'm like, yeah, I don't like this text, or I don't like this color, and I'm changing things all the time. But I kind of like the basic style. The other thing that's really cool is not only can you grab a template from Canva, but once you do and you've made your edits or whatever, you can keep using that same template. So I'll give you an example. The class schedule that we do every month for Gather and Dwell, that's a template that I use. And then I just update like, the current information, right? Like the month, like the current month, the dates, the topics, whatever, or like the oily underground. That's a template that I use, and I just update, right, the content, but I'm not having to create a brand new template each time. So that's kind of one of the great things about Canva is that you can save those templates to really cut down on time. Sometimes people will ask me, well, you have this and you have that. And I'm like, yeah, but I basically have like 10 different templates. One is for my YouTube thumbnail. One is for the oily underground. One is for my classes. One is for my class invites. Other than that, I might change a background photo or like update the text, but it's all really there and super easy to update. Like it literally will take me 30 seconds to update. So that's one of the great things about Canva is that you've got those templates.
And you can also use Canva on your phone or tablet as well. I enjoy using it on my phone when I'm on the go, but I personally think that using it on a computer is the best because you can be a little more intricate with where you move things. It's not as finicky. And like Tracy was saying about having a template, all of my reel covers are the exact same template. I just change the photo and change what the text says. And literally all of my reel covers have this nice, like aesthetically pleasing layout. They're all the same cover. It's just a different photo.
Oh, that's another good one. I think I'm going to write this down, like different things you can do. So reel covers, Instagram carousel. Do you guys know what that is? The carousel slides. It's like, instead of like a picture post on your Instagram feed, a carousel slide is like, maybe you do 3 to 4 different graphics, but it could be like a great way to break down complex information. So for instance, you could talk about why you ditch candles and use diffusers instead. So you might do one slide that like the dangers of candles. The next slide is what's in a candle. The next slide is what to use instead. The next slide is your favorite diffuser combos, right? So it's like in 4 slides, you're kind of explaining information without like needing to put it all in one thing. But you can do carousel slides. You could do video thumbnails. I'm just writing some examples down. You could do presentations, class invites, so much.
Business cards. I did my business cards on Canva.
One. And you uploaded your QR code too, right?
I did. Here, I actually have it right here. I can show you. So I did my business cards on Canva, and then I printed them, and I have my QR code on the back. So.
And what's great about that is now that you have the template for it, let's say you had to update something real quick, you're not having to reinvent the wheel. You just go real quick, update maybe a phone number, an email address or whatever, and that's it.
Yeah, and it was super easy too. I also used Canva a ton when I was creating all of my resources for my vendor event that I did last month. So all of my sign up sheets for, email signups, or all of my posters that I had set up for, what this is, or sign up for the raffle or whatever. Yeah, I used a ton of vendor event materials.
That is fabulous. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Ashley. Do you guys have other questions for Ashley while she's here? Ashley and Jennifer. I know Jennifer can't talk, but she's on the comments. What questions do you have? Have you had any challenges in making graphics? Are you looking for like the first place to start with graphics? Where do you feel like the need is? Like, you guys type in the comment box. Maybe that's a good question for you, Ashley. Like, how did you first get started with Canva? Where did you feel like you got the most bang for your buck?
Honestly, this is totally unrelated to the Young Living business. I got started with Canva during virtual learning as a teacher. We were given Google Classroom and other like online learning platforms to use, and I hated how boring they looked. And so one of my friends said that she was using this new thing that had just come out called Canva. And so I started using it. And then I was like, well, let me use it for this too. And so I've kind of just applied it to everything that I use now. But yeah, I got my start with using it through trying to make my online classrooms not look boring. Teacher things.
I love it. But that's a great, I think, example for all of us in presenting. Maybe it's a class invite. Maybe you're changing up your class invites that you create, and you use Canva to kind of as a way to kind of draw people in, right? To get some more interest. Or maybe if you're doing a Facebook class or an Instagram class, you guys, we have so much content in our groups. Also within Life Steps or any of the booklets, right? Like the Essential Oils Pocket Reference. There are so many different ways you could get education out. And so, just grabbing like a template on Canva, changing things up, putting your content in there, and just like quickly sharing the information is a really easy way to get it out there. I think definitely what we've seen over the last, 8 to 10 years is going away from like really long form content. It's really like bite-sized pieces of visual content. It's like you can, like, what can you convey to someone in like 2 seconds? Like really quick, snappy content that's very easy to digest. Canva is the perfect way to do that. Wouldn't you say, Ashley?
Yeah, I would agree. Like even with reels, this is a little bit unrelated. Even reels, like reels that are shorter, that are just like quick to the point, for me do so much better than like when I take time to do a longer reel. So I think keeping it short, sweet, simple, to the point is very beneficial right now.
Love that. Thank you so much. Okay. Jennifer's saying she also has done make and takes through Canva. Oh, yes. If you're doing a make and take and maybe you've got recipe cards, that could be a great thing to create on Canva too. So just anything sort of creative or presentation. And I really want to encourage you guys in the Gather and Dwell group. We've got a lot of templates in there. In fact, I'll make sure after this call and I'll connect it. We actually have a ton of templates. Ashley just shared one. We've probably got like 30 or 40 templates just for our team of various things that you can do with Canva. So I really want to encourage you to not having to recreate the wheel, but you can update it for your style or pop in content that you want to put in there. But we've got a lot of just group templates available too.
And you can also, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but you can also add your own photos into Canva. So they have a ton of photos like in their photo vaults for you to use. And they actually do have some like Young Living related photos in their like gallery. If you search the right words, you can find like pictures of the diffusers and oils and stuff. But you can also upload your own images, and that's how I usually get like my logos and stuff of different products. Like if you see people that create those like shopping guides for Mother's Day or the shopping guides for Christmas, whatever, and they have like the little images of all the different items, they've usually taken it, put it inside Canva and use this like filter called the background remover, which also comes with the Canva Pro. You have to have the Pro membership to do that. It'll remove the background for you and just leave the little logo of the item.
Ashley, I'm really glad that you brought up photos. So this is something that I didn't know until probably just a couple of months ago. If you've ever needed like royalty-free images, what that means is there's no copyright, you can use it for free. Canva has a ton, like even more than Pexels or Pixabay or sort of these other sites that are out there. They have a ton, and often I'll see the same image that I would have to pay for on another site. The only thing you have to do is it can't just be the original photo. So maybe you just add a little text in there, right? Like one little word, or you like resize it or put it in a template, and then that kind of changes it. So that's why it's free. But if you haven't used the free photos within Canva, they have a ginormous library. I find that I'm personally really leading on their photos whenever I need like lifestyle shots or product shots, or, you know, like a kitchen, if I'm doing a class on, you know, a clean kitchen, or, you know, laundry, like laundry baskets, if I'm talking about feeds. So if you didn't know that, that's a huge win too, is being able to use all their entire photo library.
And you get quite a few with just like your free Canva membership. But I think me and Jennifer both, and Tracy probably can agree that having that Pro membership and having access to all the available resources and not just the few that you're given with the free membership is very worth it. And if you find some friends that you can do this with, me and Jennifer pay like $6 a month for this instead of each paying 12, because we share our account. So I think you can have up to 4 people. So you could end up paying like $3 a month for it if you find some friends to, you know, join in with you.
Yeah, that's a great tip, Ashley. I think that's quite the bargain for $3 a month.
Yeah, maybe if you have like all of your leaders on one leg together, you can create different things with those legs.
Love it. So good. Okay, you guys, any other questions for Ashley? I posted in the comments how to get our team Canva templates. It's also in Gather and Dwell if you go search Canva templates. Ashley, thank you so much. This was phenomenal. I think you like blown the heads of many people in our team who didn't even know that they could do all these cool things within Canva.
Well, thank you for allowing me to do this tonight. It was my first class that I've ever led. So a little nervous, but you guys are awesome.
You killed it. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, your expertise, your tips. We are so grateful for you and for Jennifer, who was on comments. I know she couldn't talk tonight, but thank you too, Jennifer. We really appreciate you as well. Thank you so much. Recording will be up very shortly, but if you've not played around with Canva, we highly recommend go play around with the free version. You can always upgrade with a friend, maybe find a friend and gather and dwell and see if somebody wants to share membership with you. But thank you so much, Ashley and Jennifer. We really appreciate you guys. Thanks for taking the time to teach us tonight. You're amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, you guys. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye.